All right, what's up, guys? Today we are going to watch an unattractive guy. And I don't mean this to be mean, but just by society standards, this guy is not good looking. We're going to watch him ask 100 girls out on a date. And we're going to see if this proves the black pill theory that if you're a sub 5 tier male, it's over for you. Or is he going to have some success? So I'm excited to check this out. Let's watch the clip.
Asian. Now, if you're Asian like me, you might have heard of spam. No, not that spam, you idiot. I'm talking about shy, passive Asian males. Indicators of being a spam include being too shy to talk to girls, being 6 feet tall, and excessively wearing dry fit shirts. Really, bro? I'm 6'1". All jokes aside, I really was a spam growing up. No one really ever told me I was attractive, and all the people that I thought looked super attractive on television, they looked nothing like me, so I basically grew up never talking to girls. Now that was normal in middle school and that was tolerated in high school, but now I'm a grown college student and I've never been on a date in my life. If only there was a way to change that.
I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay.
In order to ask out 100 girls, I need to find 100 girls. Beggars can't be choosers, so I don't care what they're like as long as they're 18 and up. So what's a good place to find girls 18 and up?
I mean, I love this guy's mindset, right? Okay, well, I've never gone on a date. I'm a shy guy. He hasn't mentioned his acne, but he has horrible acne. I mean, by the way, I had a friend in high school who had really bad acne. He got, did whatever expensive treatments. I don't really know about it, but it was night and day difference. Like if you have acne, do what you can to fix it. It's not going to hurt, right? At least try to do something about it. But this guy's clearly not good looking. Girls aren't like coming up to him and asking him out, although that didn't happen to me either. But he has never had a date. And his thought is not, well, I must be too ugly, so I'll just give up. I might as well just, rope his hope, black pill, blah, blah, blah. No, he's like, let's try it. Let's ask 100 girls out and see what happens. And it's going to make some viral content. So win-win. But I love that mindset. Like if something isn't working for you, your first thought shouldn't be, well, I guess it's over. It's hopeless. I should just, find an excuse and turn myself into a victim. The better mentality is, all right, well, let's see if I can do something about it. Maybe I can, maybe I can't, but I might as well try before deciding it's over for me.
To the video.
Wrong video. That's for later. That's our boy Wheat Waffles, who I love that guy. Great guy.
A college. We're going back to college. Actually, we're already at college. We just need to find someone to ask out. Would you go on a date with me?
No,
Why?
I'm a lesbian.
Let's try that again. Would you go on a date with me?
We're kind of,
That's true.
yeah.
Third time's the charm, right?
I don't know you, so no.
I can't just be like, all right, let's go out.
I mean, if she's wearing a mask, I think this video is in like late 2022. If she's still wearing a mask, I wouldn't ask her out. That's such a red flag.
No.
Is there anything I could do to convince you otherwise?
If you can show me in my dimension you're a strong person.
Let's go find number 6.
Realistically, no, because I'm interested in someone else.
Is there anything I can do to convince you otherwise?
Maybe give me $1 million.
You do realize I ate spam out of the can like a minute ago, right? Would you go on a date with me?
I probably wouldn't.
Now at this point, Sam...
So his approach is not the best, right? Just going up to girls and say, hey, would you go on a date with me? But it's not the worst, right? He's making his intentions clear. He's going for it. One of the most common mistakes guys make is they approach girls and never ask them out. It's better to be just fully direct and not waste any time than the opposite, which is more common. But he's also not being that smooth. It's kind of jarring. It's kind of out of nowhere. And she's like, I don't know. No, right? It's easier to say no because she knows nothing about you. You haven't demonstrated any value. You haven't made her laugh. You haven't done anything. But I mean, if you played the numbers game, you're probably going to win eventually. At least, hopefully, that's what ends up happening.
Started to lose what little confidence he had coming in. You would think that rejection gets easier the more it happens, but he just started to feel worse. To be honest, he was ready to give up, admit that this was a failed video, and just go home. But his whole life, he'd always heard the phrase, 8th time's the charm, so he decided to give it one more try. Would you go on a date with me?
I mean, you seem very straightforward, and I'd be down to go on a date with you if ever.
Hello, I'm Sam's translator. If you recognize my voice, it's probably because I serve as Sam's narrator and also as Sam himself.
So, black pill disproven, right? Already within 9 approaches. This guy who, like, he looks pretty short. I'm gonna guess he's like 5'4", somewhere around there. He just based on his build, right? Obviously needs to work on the acne. Not the best looking guy. Especially, look, if you have those disadvantages, it's that much more important to make up for them in other areas, right? By getting in good shape, wearing nice clothes, et cetera, et cetera. But 9 approaches, and he had 1 success, being as the black pill put it, a sub 5 tier male or whatever. So kind of already within 5 minutes of this video has disproven the entire black pill's philosophy, because none of those guys ever test their theories. They never go out and approach girls. And if they do, they might say, oh, have you been, their approach, like the black pillar approach would be like, hi, I want to say you're a solid 5 out of 10, which I think is good enough for me. And I'm wondering, have you been riding the cock carousel? No, you haven't? Okay, well, that would be the energy, right? It would be super like weird and toxic and negative. There was one black pill guy who sent me audios of him approaching women, and his energy was just not great, right? His energy was it was negative and socially awkward, right? Like he didn't go out much and talk to people much. That's the people, for the most part, who believe in the black pill. Now, I'm not saying there are people who are so physically unattractive that the black pill strategies do make sense, right? That like going to a third world country and being a passport bro, or just paying for it, right? Being a sugar daddy, whatever. There are people who are so bad looking that it would be really hard to succeed with cold approach in America. But the black pill makes it sound like it's 75, 80% of men, because Wheat Waffles says that if you're a 5 or below, a 5 being average, then cold approach won't work. So that means, and a 6 is significantly higher. His scale only goes up to 8. So that means a 6 is only like 20, 25% of men can even succeed with cold approach, according to his philosophy. And this guy is clearly not in the top 20%. And yet within 9 approaches, he got a girl to agree to go on a date with him. And she wasn't like super hot, but she was cute, right? She was not bad. She was, a lot of guys would find her attractive. So I think it just shows how insane, how confirmation bias, how much we want to be deluded whenever it soothes our victim complex, whenever it makes us feel like we're not at fault. It's not our fault. It's society's fault. Society's fucked you over. Women are fucking you over. It's not your fault. You're just not good looking enough. It's not because you're a total bitch who, plays 10 hours of video games, makes $8 an hour, and is afraid of social interaction and hates women. It's not because of that. It's because everyone's against you. So easy to believe that.
Now, in case you didn't know, English is not his first language. It's actually idiot. So when he says, cool, what he really means is, holy crap, why did she say yes to me? You are too attractive. Please take it back. Please take it back. I'm not worthy of your love. And to make things worse, he could have just walked away. But you know what he did? He immediately asked out the girl sitting right next to her. This guy's an idiot.
Would you go on a date with me?
Yes, I like how you approached me.
Wow, I feel you guys are too kind. You guys are too kind today. You guys are way too.
All right, looks like this guy's building up his harem. Let's go.
Yeah, for real.
Now, Sam has 3 options here. He could either go on a date with girl number 8, or a date with girl number 9, or he could go date both of them. You know what he did?
The colored hair is a bit of a red flag, so I'd go with the other one.
Walked away to find girl number 10 because he was way too nervous.
Would you go on a date with me?
Yes.
Here's your chance, Sam. You've learned from your
and
mistakes.
That one is, even more attractive than the previous ones. And again, sub 5 meal can never work. And he's disproving the black pill in one video, right? He's putting out more proof of actually going out and doing something than the black pill has ever done, pretty much ever, where they just, talk about their theories based on some cherry-picked scientific study that they don't even understand. This is real, going in the field and actually testing and finding out what would really happen, which has a lot more value. Now, there's always biases. You can say this is not a true scientific experiment. There's XYZ reason why it might not be legit, but it's a lot better than just reading one study that is a correlational study and deciding, oh, that means because a lot of people, it means nothing, right? You can't actually study this stuff in a lab accurately. I could go into why, but you literally can't.
8 and 9. Now's your chance to
Currently, I
schedule a
have a
real date. Wait,
boyfriend,
what?
but if I didn't have a boyfriend, I'd go on a date with you. Today it's a no.
I'm not in a mental state right now.
I feel like if we talked first and I liked like what we were talking about, then yeah.
What do you want to talk about right now?
I have a girlfriend.
Would you go on a date with me?
Now hold up. She may be laughing. It's not a no.
What about somewhere in UCSD?
Would you say yes if I said somewhere in UCSD?
Sure, why not?
Told you.
I usually like to talk to people before I go on a date with them.
You're talking to me now. Is this a yes or a no?
No.
Well, your mom is my boyfriend, so.
Would you go on a date with me?
Sure, yeah, why not?
No.
No, I don't really know you.
Depends on what kind of date it is.
What kind of date would you want to go on?
To get food, maybe?
Okay, I'm down.
Okay.
I don't trust people, guys who like approach girls. I feel like that's a red flag. I've had a red flag with any guy who's ever done that. Like you can approach, but not like out of the blue. It's like more of like oh, like you're waiting in line. You're like, oh, like have you tried this?
Oh.
Or something.
Well, have you tried this? Would you go on a date with me?
I have a girlfriend.
I'm talking to someone.
I'm pretty busy. I
have a boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
This guy's actually my boyfriend, so.
If I was single, I might be tempted, but
I mean, if you pay me enough, anything's possible.
Boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
I don't know you at all.
I'm too emotionally attached to fictional characters right now.
Would you go on a date with me?
I don't really say no to that question. I don't have the best sense of personal safety, which probably isn't something I should be saying on the internet.
I have a boyfriend. I'm kind of talking to someone
That was so bizarre. That was really weird.
right now.
I'm not interested in dating right now.
Would you go on a date with me?
Yes. I just don't really date. I have a boyfriend. Honestly, I'm kind of caught up in school.
Is that the honest truth?
Boyfriend.
No, because I also have a boyfriend.
He can also come.
I mean, he might. Like, he's pretty social.
Yeah, because I don't live here. Maybe we could like hang out a little before like going on a date.
Also, would you want to hang out?
Yeah, sure, but like the thing is, I have a boyfriend.
Well, would you look at that? We've reached the halfway point. I've been very busy trying to find people, so I haven't really been explaining my thoughts, but I've actually been learning a lot. My biggest lesson from the first half is that rejection doesn't really get any easier. Wait, excuse me, would you go on a date? Okay. Alright. It still sucks being rejected, but the dopamine rush I get whenever someone says yes keeps me going, and I just realized I sound like a drug addict. But that being said, here's hoping that we...
He actually makes a really good point with pickup there, because there is I mean, I don't know, dopamine, endorphin, whatever. You get a rush of positive feelings whenever you get a good reaction, whenever a girl agrees to go out with you, when she's laughing, whatever. And the thing is, a lot of guys, the reason they fail when they try cold approach, right? When they try to do pickup is, well, they've never done 100 approaches in a day like this guy, right? They've done 3 approaches in 2 weeks, and you don't get those experiences, those little wins that give you momentum, that make you start to feel like, you know what, this actually might work. This actually, I might be able to have success. I might be able to meet my girlfriend by doing this. And you have to take enough action to where the snowball actually starts rolling to make this work. And that is one of the biggest reasons guys who learn pickup fail. One is they just don't go out at all and just listen to theory without doing anything. The other one is that they don't do enough to get to the point where it turns right, where the momentum starts actually building up, where you start getting some girls to, you know, go on a date with you, getting numbers, whatever, things like that.
Find our heroine in the second half. Would you go on a date with me?
You said he's seen you asking like other people earlier, so that's it. I don't want a guy who's for the streets.
I have a boyfriend.
What if I took him out? Like, took him out.
That would give me even more reason not to.
But you wouldn't know it was me.
I would though.
How?
Because you just admitted
Oh,
it to me.
yeah.
Yeah, probably. A date is just a date, and I think a coffee is like something you can say yes to anyone to. Yeah, I mean, you seem fine.
Dang, girl, I think you fine too.
Yeah, sure. It'd be nice to like get to know you.
I feel like I'm a pretty boring guy.
Well, I don't know that yet, so.
Oh, true.
I have to find out, boyfriend.
I mean, I feel like I'd have to get to know you first.
Yeah. I don't know. You seem like a nice person, and
You have a cool personality. You just approached me and then
So first of all, you're saying that there are some girls who are like, "Oh, well, I wouldn't want to meet someone randomly approaching me." That there were a couple like that. Far more are saying like, "Wow, I like your confidence. I like that you just went for it. I appreciate that." And that's especially going to happen more today because COVID has basically cucked out male society. People spent so long isolated that their social anxiety got even worse. They started subscribing to OnlyFans. It became just more and more people are only meeting online, right? That's the only way people have the confidence to socialize. So it has so much more value to be able to approach someone in person because it's rare. So that is something that is important to be aware of. And a lot of girls are showing appreciation. He's making their day. He's doing something that is a net positive as opposed to like every girl's creeped out and like horrible. And this is not a Chad. I know Wheat Waffles, maybe I'll post a clip. He posted a video recently where he said that if you're not good looking, you'll just creep women out. And he shows this woman freaking out about a guy who approached her in the parking lot. She probably has some serious personality disorders, horrible lady. And she's like, "You do not approach me." And then Wheat Waffles, he extrapolates, "Oh, well, the guy was probably ugly. And that's why he got these reactions." So he's cherry picking this one example of one crazy lady who is clearly like demented and screwed up, meaning that all ugly men should not approach. That's his level of logic. That's his level of intelligence, if you will. And yet, there's this guy approaching 100 girls. Didn't use this as a reference point. I wonder why. Wonder why he didn't choose to go over this video, which has far more data, far more examples, and is showing clearly if a not super good looking guy approaches a bunch of girls, they're not all like freaking the fuck out and running away or like macing him or some shit. That is not what's happening. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe people believe this. I mean, I feel bad for a lot of guys in the black pill because if your life is just not together, right? You don't have a great job, you don't have much going on socially, you're a video game addict, that's very common for people who are in the black pill, all these things, living with their mother, then yeah, it's easy to just become more and more of a victim. It gets heavier and heavier. And then you look for ways that you're a victim in every other area of your life. So I'm also a victim in dating. I'm a victim here. And then you stop doing anything and then you become depressed. And then it becomes harder and harder and harder. And you just tell yourself, well, I'm not going to try and I'm hopeless. And as soon as you say it's hopeless, well, then you're fucked because you've decided that there's no reason to do anything that could level you up and could get you success. That's the downward spiral of the black pill that happens.
I think that was cool. Like, nobody really does that.
That's 3 out of our past 5. Hopefully that means we're about to get a bunch of yeses and definitely not get embarrassed by our next girl.
So, I mean, the 3 out of 5, it could be, look, there's random luck. And you could have a string of 10 approaches where they all reject you. You could have a string of 10 approaches where they all love you. And some of that's random, but a lot of it is also your mood, right? A lot of it is the energy. And he's been approaching all of these girls. He's getting more confident with it, right? He's getting more self-belief because he's getting yeses. And then he's more likely to get more wins in the future. There's a whole book about this concept called the winner effect, if you want to learn like the science behind it. But wins lead to more wins. And the rejections don't necessarily affect you because, well, first of all, if you take it personally and are like, oh, it's because I was ugly, and you assume that, then it's going to have a more negative impact. You can be like, she had a boyfriend, right? Not a big deal. It says nothing about me. She had a boyfriend. She probably wasn't available. Just think that, right? Don't take it personal, and it doesn't affect you. And actually, you're like, that wasn't that bad. Wasn't that big of a deal. And that can boost your state as well. Even getting rejected can boost your state.
Would you go on a date with me?
Well, no, it's weird because we're in the same high school.
Yes, you heard that right. She said we went to the same high school. She's wrong. We only went to the same middle school, but awkward.
No. I don't want to seem like I'm like making this up. I'm actually seeing someone too.
My rule is until May 19th when I take my MCAT, no boys.
I can wait until May 19th.
I would go on one date, sure.
One day? What's the point of going on one date if I'm not going to get the second one?
Do you want me to be really honest?
Yeah, go for it.
You're not my type.
What is your type?
Frat boy. Tall,
Am I not tall? I'm 6'1".
You're 6'1". Okay, maybe. I can give you like half a date.
What the hell?
I gave up men for life.
All right. So I know what the black pill people watching this, what they're going to think. They're going to move the goalpost to, well, he's getting dates, but I'm sure none of them actually led to hooking up or led to a relationship, right? It was just got a date just for them to let him buy them things. That's what it was, right? They're going to assume that to reaffirm their narrative. And then if this guy like said, actually, I did hook up and here's the one that's my girlfriend, they're going to find a way to make that not real either. They're like, well, you have to show the footage of the actual penetration or it didn't happen. And then if you do show the footage of the penetration, they'd be like, actually, she was probably a hooker. She was probably paid for, right? You're going to look for a way to reaffirm your previously held notions because we all have a confirmation bias. We all want proof that our current beliefs are true because if they're not, it causes discomfort. It's called cognitive dissonance. And if you don't think you have a confirmation bias, that's just because your confirmation bias is too strong. And as soon as you can admit that, okay, my beliefs, like who knows? I don't know shit. I got to be open-minded because I know I'm a biased human being. I'm flawed. Yeah, he's 6'1", super Chad. Actually, I don't think he does not look 6'1" to me. I guess it's possible, but he does not. His build does not look 6'1". But yeah, 6'1", hyper Chad doesn't count, and so the black pill wins as always. But that's the level of rationalization, and if you can be open-minded to the fact that we know nothing, like we are really dumb as human beings. And you have to look for a lot of different sources of information and always be skeptical of your own beliefs, because the more you believe something, the more you're not open to being wrong, the more you're probably wrong. And if you can accept that you're biased, accept that your brain is not as logical as you think it is, sorry, it's just not. We're not logical. That's why people get into cults. That's why people get into all these, wrong religions, et cetera, et cetera. We're stupid. And you're stupid too. I'm stupid as well. And you have to start from that point and then try to discover the truth and understand it's very nuanced. Now, this is annoying to people. They don't want to do it. It's like painful mentally to do that. But if you don't do that, you end up getting basically controlled and used by people who want your attention, who want your money, who want whatever, and don't have anything to offer you, right? You end up getting manipulated by something like the black pill, for example, that sucks you in and gives you this positive feeling of being a victim.
So, unfortunately, no.
What the heaven?
I'm in a long distance relationship.
Just got into a breakup.
If you cracked a good line, I would definitely consider.
1 to 10, I think you're a 9, and I'm the one you need.
Oh, that's good. See, yeah, that would probably, I would definitely be like, sure, yeah.
All right, where are we going?
I'm so sorry. I got a shotty on the side, but yeah.
What?
I'm engaged.
Where's the ring? Where's the ring? Oh, okay, you actually have a ring. Is there anything I could do to change your mind?
No! I prefer being single.
Maybe a different time. It's like not my time to be in a relationship right now. Right person, wrong time. I don't really have time for boys right now.
I have never been on a date before.
You don't want me to be the first one?
I have a boyfriend.
Just got out of a relationship.
I have a boyfriend.
Right here, right there.
At this point, Sam had reached 14 straight rejections, the most he'd gotten so far. His insecurities started to creep in again, and he started to doubt if anyone would ever say yes to him again. But good thing money can buy everything. Would you go on a date with me?
Are you gonna pay for my food?
Oh, good,
Sure.
good follow-up.
Sure. Okay, so I'm actually running out of time, so let's breeze through the rest of these. There were a couple more no's.
I am into women.
I'm also into women. I only have space in my heart for my cat.
I have a boyfriend. As friends, yeah.
That's not the question. 2 girls who were way too nice to me.
Yeah, I would. I like your personality.
Describe my personality.
You're good at taking sarcasm.
Yes. 30-second conversation we had before this. You're funny, and you can like actually hold a conversation.
A lot more no's.
I have a boyfriend. No.
No. I just got my heart broken. No.
After getting to know you, maybe.
I have a boyfriend.
One girl who wants to date for content.
Okay, the fact that you asked me this low-key, this project is like cool, so like yeah, I would, because that's like interesting. Like people don't do interesting stuff like that.
So you just want to go on a date for content?
Well,
My last couple rejections.
I'm not mentally stable enough to...
No.
And we ended on a hot streak.
yeah, but I am like maybe 5/8 of a lesbian.
Depends on what car you drive.
Oh, yeah.
I drive a Lexus.
Oh, that's, okay, we can work with that.
Where are we going?
Up to you. Where do you want to go?
McDonald's.
All right. Are you paying?
I can pay for McDonald's.
Okay, bet.
You require a Lexus car, but you want McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, at least as long as you're paying for the meal.
I like going on dates with random people.
You do this often?
No, like if they come up to me and ask me, like of course I'm gonna say yes. Like if they had the audacity to come up and ask me. And you look like my dad, kind of.
Yeah, you're confident.
Weird.
Should we all just go on a date together?
Sure, thruple. Wait, quadruple.
Oh, minus number 97.
If you were single, would you go on a date with me? That leaves us with a 19% acceptance rate. That's it? Are you serious? Oh my. I knew I shouldn't have made this video. I knew I'd be too unlovable and no one would love me like that. I knew girls are too good for me.
No, Sam, that's not true. And I'm not just saying that because I'm you. If you look at that number, you're right. 19% is pretty bad. But you have to remember that 63% said they weren't interested in dating anyone right now, not just you. That means you actually got 19 out of 37 interested women to say yes. That's over 50%. And these people, they don't even know who you are. And
His math is kind of wrong, and the ones who say they're not dating anyone, they don't. That's usually just a way to be polite, right? They're like, I'm not dating anyone. It's a way to not be rude, which I think is a perfectly fine thing to do, but don't think they literally mean it. Overall, you got to keep in mind with the stats, 60% of college-age women have a boyfriend. About 60% do actually have a boyfriend. So even if every girl, like if you're the ultimate Giga Chad, you would only expect 40 of those remaining out of 100 to say yes, and he got half of that, right? So that means mathematically, if you're saying the most attractive man, we're assuming everyone would say yes. Now, a man who's, far from being a Giga Chad got half as much success with a very blunt approach that didn't really have much game. He wasn't like doing anything that made him stand out, right? He was just saying, hi, I want to go out, right? He wasn't being smooth or anything like that, and yet still had half as much success as the ideal possible success.
imagine how much more interested they'd be in you if they knew the kind and loving heart that you have inside. Okay, that's a lie, your personality is kind of trash, but still, people were willing to give you a shot, and all of those girls that said yes to you, they're way more attractive than you. Heck, these were girls you wouldn't even be able to say hi to before, and now you've got the chance to take them on a date? That's a crazy thing, Sam, but even that is missing the point. You got over your fear of rejection in a single day, and more importantly, learned to love who God created you to be. Even if every single girl said no, you've learned to love yourself, and that's what's most impressive, Sam.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
For real, man, you've grown as a person, asked out more girls in one day than most people do their entire life, and you've set yourself up for the future. Which reminds me, which one are you actually going to take out on a date? What's up, guys? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is like one of my favorite videos I've ever worked on, so it would mean a lot if you left a like. But also, I hope it's an encouragement to you that if you're in a situation like me, where you're shy, you're scared to talk to people, and you think everyone else is just way more attractive than you, I hope you know that you never know how people are going to react. So go out there, shoot your shot, see what happens, and I don't know, maybe it's the beginning of a beautiful love story. That being said though, I have a date to go to, so I'll catch you guys later.
Would you go on a date with me?
Great video.
Yeah.
Great video. I would say that was inspirational, and anyone who's watching this should be thinking like, okay, if I'm struggling with my dating life, if he could do it, he approached 100 girls in one day. If he can do that, what is possible? And how much am I not living up to the potential? Because if you're not getting dates, you're not meeting women, and you feel like you're in a scarcity, then just think about one day that is possible. This guy just proved it. And I've done things like that myself. It is possible. And what is stopping you from taking that leap and just getting over your ego, getting over your excuses, and meeting some really cool girls? And some may give you a weird reaction, but you're going to forget about those when you're on a date with a really hot girl that you have chemistry with. And that is something that is worth facing the fear of rejection for. So I think this was a great video. I'll have a link to his channel below. And if you enjoyed this reaction, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. And, I'm sorry, Black Pill, but you've been pretty screwed over in terms of your belief system by this video.